The UN Refugee Agency says Turkey urgently needs assistance. An estimated 130,000 Syrian refugees crossed the border in recent days. The military advance by Islamic State militants in Syria triggered the mass exodus. ISIS fighters are reportedly continuing their march across parts of Syria as the refugee crisis is expected to only get worse. Ali Sinar is a Turkish activist and journalist, and I spoke with him earlier about this growing crisis. Ali, welcome to Arise America. Thanks so much for coming in. I do appreciate it. You spent some time in Turkey recently. I know that you were in Ankara, in the capital, but of course we're hearing all the reports of Syrian citizens, refugees pouring across the border. Will you kind of paint a more specific picture of the surge of refugees that are coming across the border into Turkey?
Sure, happy to do that. First of all, right now there are 1.7 million Syrian refugees in Turkey. Past 5 days, 130,000 more refugees came from the Syrian border to Turkey. As you know, the ISIS right now is getting more threatening the region, and Turkey doesn't want, Syrian people to be killed by ISIS terrorist organization. That's why Turkey is opening the border, and it's almost becoming like 2 million, I think, end of this month.
Yeah, it really has been an influx, and it's been going on for quite some time. Even when Arise News went on the air almost 2 years ago, we were talking about this huge influx of Syrian refugees into Turkey. Can you give us an idea of how the Turkish government is able to accommodate all these people?
Sure. I mean, as you know, also Turkey is at the top 5 on the donor when we look globally. So Turkey is helping globally for other countries as well. Since there's a neighborhood relationship between Turkey, Syria, and even Iraq, there are other refugees coming from the Iraq border. Turkey was able to support at some point, but of course, from the international level, Turkey is asking to also some countries, including United States, to contribute financially as well. And we are seeing it. The Secretary of State, Kerry, also said there will be some financial aid for these refugees.
I can only imagine how crippling just the expense of being able to accommodate all those people. There was an interview on another news organization that spoke with a Turkish official who said that the population has increased by 20% because of these refugees. What is the sentiment among regular Turks, folk on the street, about all these refugees flowing into the country?
Sure. I mean, Turkey, when we look at the history from Balkans, from other countries, Turkey is always welcoming the other countries' refugees. I mean, from the European side, from the Eastern Europe side. So Turkey was very welcoming to the refugees. So from a Turkish people perspective, they are welcoming. I mean, but we are seeing a lot of population in the other big cities right now. Like you see some Syrian refugees on Istanbul or Izmir, like big cities in Turkey, and it's a big security issue as well. That's why Turkey right now is making sure that the refugees are, staying in the neighbor side of the border, and then staying there for a while, and hopefully international level, all countries is going to fight against ISIS, and then refugees can go back their homeland.
A couple of things that you just said I want to touch on. First of all, I want to go back to, we've seen the pictures of these huge refugee camps with the Syrian refugees. So is Turkey successful in keeping the refugees in, and not isolated, but in a specific area, or are any of them able to come out, be a part of the normal population?
Yes, I mean, the Turkish government, since there's a big experience on that in the past, Turkey is making sure that, the refugees are well fed, and, they are taken care of. And also international organizations also coming and helping them as well. So overall, I can say that, the refugees are in safe right now, since, there's a big threat from the other side. That's the right now situation in Turkey.
Can you give me a bit of what the sentiment is in Turkey as it relates to ISIS or ISIL? ISIS has been condemned by many Muslims around the world. How do the Turkish people feel about this, what we call in the United States, terrorist group?
Right. We also call terrorist organization because Turkey is fighting with the terrorist organizations past 30 years in the region, especially with PKK. Turkey lost 30,000 citizens past 20 years in that region. So we know how to fight with the terrorist organizations and how to deal with it. And actually, Turkey was the first country to realize and notify globally on the ISIS issue in 2013. There was an attack from the ISIS organization, terrorist organization, to Turkey, and we have lost 3 Turkish citizens at that time. So this is not new for Turkey, and that's why the Syria regime and what's going on in the region right now is really disappointing, and hopefully the United Nations and other coalition partners can fight against ISIS.
Very briefly, before I have to let you go, of course, the United States knows, and I know you're aware of the president submitting a proposal to fight ISIS that is dependent upon a coalition of nations. Turkey seems to have been reluctant to join this coalition. Many thought it was because of those 49 Turkish citizens that were being held hostage by ISIS that have now been released. So do you think Turkey now might seem more cooperative to be an active part of this coalition now that those 49 Turkish citizens are back home?
Yes, definitely. I mean, Turkey was a cooperative partner since it's a NATO ally as well. So I think you'll see more coalition between Turkey and United States. And we need to keep in mind that the U.S. Air Force cargo, 70% comes from the south part of Turkey. There's a big Air Force base in Incirlik. So, I mean, there was a big coalition, and it's going to be more stronger and stronger in the near future.
All right, Ali Sanar, thank you very much. Nice to speak with you.
Thank you.
And you're watching Arise America.